What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Nolan Skeen, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, it's early in the week.
Yeah, it's a Monday one.
Earlier than we're normally used to.
Can't do worse than we did last week, so let's try something different.
Yeah, we're trying something different.
Nolan's got a little vacay.
Yeah, but we're trying
He's going
something
to lose
different.
his house in
We're
Vegas.
trying something different.
Are you going to lose your house, or is it for something else?
No, I'm losing my house.
Nice. So the next spot is out on the road.
The next podcast will be from the homeless shelter. We'll have plenty of special guests there. Yeah, we're bad.
Yeah, wait.
I mean, left is right and right is
Wait
left
a
this
second
NFL
here.
season.
It's crazy to me how weird the NFL is. Like, there's a lot of weird teams.
The Patriots have to cover -8 tonight if I don't go 0-3.
Yeah,
pick
you're
three.
0-2 right now, and you need Patriots just to get on the board this week for pick 3. I went 1-2, and Nolan went 1-2. So
I'm gonna start picking like every favorite. Just money
Yeah,
line.
after like
well, no,
three-
that didn't work this week either.
No, I'm saying I'm just gonna say like pick 3 is Chiefs money line.
You could have
Bills
said
money
you
line.
could have said Bucks money line, Packers money line, Chargers money line, 0-3.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's 100%
The
true.
good teams are bad.
I mean, like, we're just bad at recognizing it, I think. But it's also
So when I
like,
listen back,
so is everybody else.
So when I listened back, here was your guys' logic. It was two games against whoever they played, the Buccaneers before, and this was a get right spot, and they were playing a terrible
we
team.
said that for 3 weeks.
Dude,
But-
we've been saying it with the Packers and the Bucks
Yes.
for 3 weeks.
So like it made sense at the time, but then like looking back on it, you're like, I'm an idiot. But at the same time, it's like they came off of 2 real stinkers. You would think, okay, they're playing probably the worst team in the league. Maybe they put it together this week.
Dude, they lost back-to-back to the Steelers and the Panthers. There are people talking about both those teams not winning another game for the rest of the year.
After that throw to Mike Evans that he like didn't catch,
Yeah, it was
like,
over.
I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I was like, if they can't make that.
Well,
That
even
was like
has
the
to be.
wasn't that like the first series of the game
It
too?
was his second throw. Yeah, it was
His
the first
second
series.
throw?
Yeah.
Why was he trying to throw it on every play? He was trying to throw 30 yards every play. That's all I noticed in that game.
I think that they're just kind of lost right now. They don't really know what's going on. And
Like-
the funny thing is, I saw the Super Bowl odds today.
Mm-hmm.
They're like still the 4th favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Oh
the
yeah,
fifth- or the
they're
fifth.
making it to the Super Bowl.
They're making the playoffs.
You're on crack.
No, they're going to the Super Bowl.
Sell the NFC.
I don't think they even made the playoffs.
Oh, they're making the playoffs.
Oh, they're making the playoffs.
They're making the fucking playoffs.
Quarterbacks that look like this don't when they're this.
Their division's
obviously,
so
it's not
bad,
45.
The Saints. Nope.
Aren't
The
they
Sa-
still-
okay,
aren't
the
they
Saints
still-
are worse.
Aren't they still first place?
The Panthers are
They're
worse.
tied.
They're tied for first place with the Falcons.
So they're making.
Do you remember Peyton Manning his last year? It was like watching your grandfather throw.
And
a
what did he
football.
do?
No, he did. Oh well, it's because it was Brock.
They won the
It
Super
was because
Bowl.
Brock Osweiler was in for most of the season that year. For like a good portion
So we
of the
should
season.
put in
it was
Kyle
the-
Trask.
I'm not. I'm not.
I know
advocating
he
for
isn't,
that,
but we should.
I'm saying genuinely, he is not going to look better.
I didn't say they were going to win the Super Bowl.
He's gonna look. He's gonna look worse and worse every week.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
No,
That
they're
is
gonna,
just not a correct statement.
They're gonna have a good stretch at some point in this season, and then he's gonna play the.
Are they?
Then he's
Bro.
gonna. Then
But
he's
the
gonna
thing
play
is,
the.
though, it won't even
he's gonna Play
matter.
the Giants at some point in the playoffs, and it's gonna be like, whoa, it's Tom Brady and the Giants.
All
And then
they
they're
have
gonna
to
beat
do-
the Giants, and they're going.
All they have to do is make it to the playoffs. That's all they have to do.
Yeah, that's very true.
Then it's curtains from there.
Okay, sure, but like once they get into the playoffs, they're gonna lose to any other team that's playing them in the playoffs.
I mean, I do agree. Like, this week's loss was fated. Like, that was really bad. Like, that was like top 5 worst loss I've seen Tom Brady have. But it's like they were like, it's the Carolina.
They literally went like punt,
Oh yeah,
pick, like half,
Punt.
turnover on downs,
Punt.
punt, end game, like,
Punt.
like it was literally like
they didn't. There was no pick. The Bucks didn't turn the ball.
they
over.
didn't turn the ball.
They
over
didn't turn the
once.
ball over
So it was literally
once.
punts or turnover on
They
downs or
scored
end of
3
half.
points and didn't turn the ball over once. That's
pretty good.
Tough to
No,
do.
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And Mike Evans looks like a hospital on every play. After
He always is. He's like Dalvin Cook.
he's limping on every
No,
play.
Dalvin Cook does the same thing. Dalvin Cook gets hit, and you're like, he's dead. And then the
Yeah.
next play, he's back in there, and you're
Yeah.
like, what? I don't know. I don't have any faith in that team. I don't have any faith. the NFL as a collective whole is garbage.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the Bucs are going to the Super Bowl.
The Bills are good. The Chiefs are good. The Eagles are good.
Imagine the Bucs go to the Super Bowl with like a losing record.
They're not.
They might.
They're not. The Vikings are good.
Yeah, but they're not going to the Super Bowl.
But they're not like great. That's the problem. Like no team is like good enough where you're like this
Dude,
team.
I mean,
the
honestly,
only team that is like that is the Bills. That's the only team.
Right. No, the Bills and the Chiefs. Those are the two best teams in the
And the
NFL by far and separated.
I don't understand. I get there's parity against the NFL, but it's like normally you look at we're almost halfway through right now. Normally you look at it and you're like, oh, this team might make a run, or this team could get hot, or like X, Y, and Z. It's like no.
There's a lot of 3 and 4s and 4s and 3s.
It's like the AFC is going to be the Bills or the Chiefs, and the NFC is probably. I will keep saying it. I think it's going to be the Eagles. Like it's. I think it's pretty.
It's a good bet.
I think it's pretty cut and dry at this point.
Say anybody's.
They got to win their division.
Bro, everyone is so bad. It's incredible. Terrible. It's honestly incredible to me.
Now, let me put it in this perspective though with the Bucs. If I'm, and you could say the whole Giants and Brady thing, but if I'm the Giants and I have a playoff spot and I run into the Buccaneers, I don't want to run into the Buccaneers.
No, they're not like a team that you're like, oh, this is a cakewalk. But
no.
All right.
I'd be kind of terrified.
Giants, Buccaneers, where would it be at this point? It would probably be in the Giants Stadium. So
probably Tampa because we're a wild card spot if the Eagles win.
Oh, true. Okay.
But, I mean.
And I'm betting. I'm putting my house on.
But what's the spread?
He's not losing. Oh, what's the spread?
What's the spread?
If it happened right now,
it's probably still like -6. They're on coke. They're literally on coke.
-6 to the Bucs?
Yes.
Yeah. It would be.
Okay.
In those this
is the NFL.
No, that's literally what the spread would be. It would be like 7, and everyone would be like.
Because think about it, Sal. Then they go into that game and the Bucs shit on.
But that's probably what would happen.
That's probably what happened.
Because Tom Brady's not losing to the Giants in the playoffs.
All I'm talking about, Tom Brady's not losing to the Giants in the playoffs.
Not at this point. He hates you.
Is that his last? That's his last mission. Imagine that's Tom's last game, losing to the Giants in the playoffs.
That's the nugget. They're playing the Giants in the playoffs.
They are. I had that thought today, and I was like, it's happening.
Probably.
Because the Eagles are going to be like, oh, we got the division all year. Then last 3 weeks, they're going to go, and the Giants are going to go up. We're going to steal the division from them. And
the Giants division odds right now are still like +500.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, like
that'd be a really good value.
No, it's probably a bad bet. You don't want to take that.
They're down a game. They haven't played the Eagles yet, right?
No, they play them twice in 3 weeks, I believe, toward the end of the year.
So
that's crazy.
I mean, I'm not advocating to go bet the Giants, but like
14 and 16.
They're one game out and +500. If you're into that, then do it. But
yeah, I don't even know what world we're living in.
But like, how did they win that game?
Where I would bet on the Giants.
How did the Giants? I say this I listened to myself say this last week. How did they win that game? Please,
I have no idea.
Please, someone. They're
explain. Never gonna put themselves in a comfortable enough position to just run the clock out. Never, ever, ever. Like they were driving yesterday up by 3. I was saying, Sal was there. I said, absolutely no shot to score a touchdown here and go up by 10. They have to go up by 3 so that if Jaguars score, they could go up by 1 and win the game. That's just what the Giants do. Even when they're good, you have to be on the edge of your fucking seat with every game.
You got like really horny for one pass, and then you were like, oh, they might score a touchdown here. And then I looked at you and I was like, this is a field goal. And you go, oh, this is the most field goal. And then they get
Daniel Jones gets better every week, though. It's harder. It is harder to critique him week after week after week at this point.
I'll give him credit. You give any other quarterback the situation he has right now, and the excuse would be he has no one to throw to. Put Aaron Rodgers on that team. He has no one to throw to. The team's
going
overwhelming.
For them at the moment.
Literally. And it's like Daniel Jones does just enough to put them over the line every game. And it's like maybe it's luck, maybe it's they're genuinely good, maybe it's somewhere in between.
I think it's their coach.
Dable's great, and
their offensive scheming is excellent, and it's excellent situationally too.
And we said this last week. They literally play chicken. It's like just they make the other team figure it out.
Great coached teams will always find ways to win.
Yeah,
right. Saquon in the second half is like a cheat code this year as well.
Well, it's like teams that's so tired of tackling them. They're like, you're running it down, really? Like,
oh, I know.
And then eventually come in with those
started running
melon
that.
thighs.
They had that running play with Daniel Jones. They kept doing in the fourth quarter, and it was like they couldn't do it.
They were doing like 8-10 yards a clip every time.
He comes out there with his melon-sized thighs, and they're just like, really? This is
that was probably one of the better games of the weekend. Honestly,
that was probably the best 1:00 game.
And then I'll I'll give Lawrence at least a little credit. I mean, you guys have like a solid defense. I'm not gonna go and say you have a good or great defense, but it's like it gets the job done.
It does get the job done. Like I said yesterday, they give up yards, but they don't give up touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's always been the Giants' defense way. But with Lawrence, it was just kind of like
He made some throws.
He's good, but he struggles to get in the end zone. That's what it's been so far this year. He had 300. Yeah, Matt Ryan. He had 310 yards and then 1 touchdown.
Wow, is he Matt Ryan?
Hope not.
Matt Ryan was drafted high. He's better than Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan
at his peak was really good, though.
Matt Ryan is high.
Matt Ryan got...
I mean, his peak was going to the Super Bowl, so, I mean, that's a pretty good peak, I guess.
Matt Ryan got sat down for the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They announced Ellinger today.
They said it was like him getting sat down, and then I saw something else that he was injured.
No,
and I was like, so
at first it said Sam Ellinger is the starter, and then they said it's due to him being injured, but Sam Ellinger is going to be the starter
for the rest of the year.
the rest of the year.
They were just waiting for any excuse to like sit Matt Ryan down.
Jim Irsay is like really mad.
I mean,
that's him.
So like
they were so ready to put Matt Ryan
was
out the
this team was so set up for Andrew Luck to be their quarterback.
If
he was their quarterback 4 years ago, like the Colts would have been the powerhouse of the AFC for the next those last couple years and the next 5 years,
including today.
So it sucks for them. Then they go Jacoby, who was fine, but they knew wasn't their starter. And then they go Phillip because they're like, all right, let's get a veteran in here. And they made it to the playoffs that year and lost to the Bills, who obviously we know the Bills are a good team. And then you go Carson Wentz, which is when they got faded. It's like, where okay, I guess Frank Reich and, maybe he unlocks him and yada yada and whatever, excuse you came up with, sure, whatever. But we knew that wasn't going to work. And now we're on Matt Ryan, which is like this. It's almost like gambling. It's like they just kept doubling down on worse and worse options, and now they're broke. Now they have Sam Ellinger starting next week.
I think what sucks about it too is they have. So then they were playing this whole quarterback roulette, like putting everybody in, like, okay, let's see if this guy works. But they were never bad enough to get a high enough pick,
correct,
to get a good quarterback. Because the quarterbacks, the past 2 drafts have been kind of weak, like quarterback wise, like it's very top heavy. So like, how can you get a good quarterback that's going to be your guy for the future? Like, you know what I mean?
No,
and then you have a
that's
talent
fair.
like Jonathan Taylor, who's one of the best running backs in the league, and it's like, we can't even, build around this guy because then we can't be bad enough to get a high pick to get a guy like that. So I don't know.
Just one of those where it just didn't break their way.
I think, the Andrew Luck thing, they put a lot of chips on him, and rightly so, because he was really good. And I think, like what you said, they could have been really good if he had stayed. But, yeah, I think that it just slapped him in the face.
Full disclosure, I put a little bet in live on the Colts when they were down 7 or 10. I was like, I like the odds here. Like, fuck it, why not? Immediate Matt Ryan interception. I was like, let's abort this right now.
Abort.
It was a total abort right away. It was like one drive, and like the thing is, he looks good for a little bit too. It's like you see him for a couple throws, and you're like, oh, all right. Like,
he never looks bad for a whole entire game.
But then like he makes that one Matt Ryan play where you're like, dude.
But then like when the switch flips, he goes south. Like he doesn't come back from it.
It's like Carson Wentz.
Oh, yeah.
The Titans. Ugh.
But it's like they're like I hate seeing teams aren't good, but genuinely the Titans are not good either.
No, I was gonna say I heard this today, and it was pretty funny.
Bad.
Imagine being a Titans fan, like knowing that every year you're gonna make the playoffs at a decent record,
just losing the first or second,
knowing that it is going to end and knowing when it's gonna end. That sucks.
I mean,
it's kind of like the Yankees.
I was gonna say that was my thought today. I'm like, that's exactly like the New York.
I was
Yankees.
waiting for a Yankees joke to come in.
It's exactly like the Yankees.
Sorry, I had to.
No, I made that joke in my head before you did.
No, I know.
So
it's just it was one of those where you threw the alley. I had to just throw it down. But
yeah, I'm happy you did.
That
pathetic team.
All right, here, serious exercise right now. I want you to power rank the top 7 teams in the NFL.
That's really hard to do. So, I mean,
all right, we'll go 5. We'll go 5. That's
no. I'm saying
7?
It's hard to do because 7's fine. It's hard to do because there's so many weird fucking teams. like part of me wants to put a 3-4 team where a 5-1 team.
Correct, which is what I'm saying
So,
makes no sense this
Let's
year.
go. Bills, Chiefs, 1-2.
Yep.
That's obvious. 3 Eagles. Those 3 are pretty easy. 4 is where we kind of get like what the fuck-ish. Is it the fucking Giants? I don't know if I want to put them at 4. I'll put them at 5. There's got to be someone better than the Giants.
But like who? The Cowboys? Like really?
Not the
You
Cowboys.
got the Cowboys, the Vikings.
I'll put the Cowboys at 6.
Ravens.
No, I mean, should
The
they-
Ravens are not a top 7 team in my mind
Oh,
either.
the Bengals right now are. They're back.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's back.
Yeah.
They looked really
Yeah.
good. That was that was like the most one-sided game
Ever?
I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Especially in the NFL with how
Joe
it is
Burrow
today.
got over that appendix thing. You know.
Holy shit!
T. Higgins was the only, T. Higgins had 93 yards. Jamar Chase had over 100 yards, and so did Tyler Boyd.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I think Burrow passed for 481.
Yeah, 500 all-purpose yards.
Yeah, so, okay. I'm going to put the Bengals at 4 right now.
Okay.
They look fucking good.
Giants at 5.
Giants 5, Dallas 6, 7.
Minnesota.
Oh, you know what? I'll put Minnesota over the Giants.
Oh,
So,
well, bump everyone down one.
yeah, bump everyone down. Giants 6, Cowboys 7.
So, but that's my point. Like, think about
Weird.
that. Like,
I would almost rather have the Niners where the Cowboys are because I truly think they are just better than the Cowboys.
I do have a 49ers point in a second, but it's like Dallas being a top 5 team this year. It's like, oh, like,
Right.
like
People thought they were going to stink bad.
and like I still think they stink. Like,
I do too.
like some teams obviously have to be good. Like, I'll wave.
The way you said that.
the best part
still
is
think
like
they stink.
some teams have to be good.
No, like some teams have to be good. Like I get it. Like teams play other teams, and one team has to be better. But like, holy shit, the Cowboys are not a good football team.
Washington's won 2 in a row.
Washington might be decent. That
Right?
division is
Them
ridiculous.
when Taylor
apparently.
Heineke is so free. So
We said
free.
Washington was
No,
going
I
to
knew
get third
Terry,
place.
I knew Terry McLaurin was scoring
No.
a touchdown. They have
No,
a rope.
he loves
No,
Terry
they have a
McLaurin.
rope tied around each other's ass. Like they love it. They literally love it. My 49ers point. Christian McCaffrey looked beautiful.
He
in
did.
his-
Didn't he?
Also, he looked
beautiful.
he looks great in number 23 as well.
Yes. No, that whatever alternate jersey or whatever the 49ers had on, he has to wear that every time
Was
he's
it
at
an
home.
alternate jersey?
That's not their regular home jersey.
Oh, it's a home
was a
alternate.
little red,
it's,
huh?
it's like a little like
It's a little different.
variation. I don't know what they did, but like he should wear that jersey. It doesn't matter what the team wears; he needs to wear that every time.
I didn't even notice that watching the game.
At first, I was like, he's going to look weird in red, but then I was like,
No, he looks hot.
he looks really good in red.
And then they had their shit kicked in. It's like what?
because they played the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's all right.
Which originally last week I was like, oh yeah, the Chiefs are gonna blow their doors off, and then I was like, I'm switching. And
You
you're
should have
like,
stayed.
you're
You
like,
should
you're
have stayed
so
with the
dumb.
couch, bro.
You're like, you're so dumb. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I said that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I picked Washington to get second.
In the division?
Yeah, like they could end up above the Cowboys.
No.
No,
No.
they all have.
No.
I think the
Unless Roger is calling in so many favors for Dan Snyder right now. Like Dan Snyder might have him by
Cowboys, Washington, and the Giants all have some of the 10 remaining like easiest records in football.
All right, let's play this game. Does this team
That's wishful thinking. That's not going to happen.
Does this team make the playoffs? We're gonna rapid fire, just yes, no. I don't want any explanation.
Okay.
The Green Bay Packers,
No.
No.
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Yes.
the Arizona Cardinals,
You said yes to the Bucks.
No.
Cardinals.
Although
No.
DeAndre coming back and then Eno Benjamin looking really good.
It's tough, but I think their coach sucks. No.
the LA Rams,
Yes.
Yeah, they'll get in.
the 49ers,
Yes.
Yes. Now it's starting to get
So
tricky.
that's why the
The-
Cardinals are making.
the Falcons,
No.
No. Damn close, but no.
Dallas.
Mhm.
No.
Ooh.
You said no?
It's I'm doing the math in my head.
Yeah, you can.
I'm saying one of these divisions has to have 3 teams, and I think the NFC East will be the one.
So the Giants, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then there can't be Niners and Rams. They can't both
So
make the
you
playoffs together.
think Dallas, Philly,
And
New York,
Giants.
and then you think Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
and then you think Tampa Bay,
Yes.
and then you think Rams.
Between the Rams and the Niners?
Well, you can have both. There's 7. Oh no, I counted wrong.
Yeah, I think it's between the Rams. I'll take the Niners then over
Okay.
the Rams.
So no Rams.
No Rams. I think
Yeah,
that
I will also take the Niners over the Rams. The
whenever
Rams
I
are
see
very
the
weird.
Rams-
Their offensive line is eh. I think the Rams
don't the Rams look
The
bad?
Seahawks are leading that division.
They are leading that division.
I thought they were
That's
going to go
fucked up.
1-16. I thought Pete Carroll was going to leave halfway through the season.
See, that's what.
Oh
That's
wait, no,
what's got
three
me-
teams from the NFC East can still make it.
Yeah, all three of them can easily make
with
it.
another playoff spot open. All four of them could make it. If
That's gross. That's unbelievable.
that wouldn't
That
happen,
would be
but all
really
four of
gross.
them could make
Washington's never making it
it.
though.
Washington's a game.
I'm telling you, Dan Snyder has something on Roger Goodell.
But-
You might have to keep betting on Washington.
Washington's
until it
a
doesn't
game
work.
out in a wild card. The fuck.
I mean, granted, they've beaten the Bears and the Packers the last 2 weeks, so
Who?
it's like Washington.
Oh yeah,
So
I don't put a lot of stock in
yeah.
that. Because I mean, Washington hasn't made the playoffs like many years. Like, why would Dan Schneider care now?
No, because everyone's like, Dan, get the fuck out, and he's like, oh really? Like, what were we doing in 2017, buddy?
That's why I think if
Yeah,
they
the
don't make the
Cowboys are gonna
playoffs, it won't matter. So
Right, fair enough.
The Cowboys will probably make it because they do have an easier schedule ending the year.
We're playing the same game, but for the AFC. Bengals,
yes,
Oh yeah.
Ravens.
Yep.
yes,
No.
yeah.
Hold.
Hold.
on that.
We're not
It's
putting
either yes or no.
Yes.
Jets.
no.
No.
Wow, two
No, listen,
no's?
their
They're
schedule
starting to
gets
get
really
hurt,
hard.
man.
Their schedule gets
They
really
just
hard.
lost Hall.
How many wins do you need?
And they just lost
Zach
Brees
Wilson looked bad yesterday.
how
They
many wins do you need in the AFC? 9 or 10? Probably
Probably-
10.
Probably
10. Yeah.
There could be
You
one. team
might be
that
able to
has
get
9.
away with 9 at that last
But they're
wild
not
card.
winning
Can they
9
can they go
games.
500 the rest of the way? No. I think
They have to
could.
play. They have to play the Dolphins again and the Patriots twice and the Bills.
The,
Yeah,
Pa-
they go Pats, Bills, Pats.
the Patriots are favored next week in New York.
Oh, they should be.
They should be.
No, they shouldn't.
Yeah, they should. It's against.
They're healthier as well.
All right, we'll talk about that game when we get there.
Okay.
Hold on,
the
Chargers.
Bears.
Chargers.
No, not
No?
the straight that they're going. Not with that coach.
Vegas.
No.
Maybe?
No.
No.
No. They're bad. They're terrible.
Oh wait, one of those has to make it.
Then
No,
the
they
Chargers.
don't.
Yeah, I say no right now.
Okay. Who's the other AFC West team?
The
Chiefs.
fucking Broncos.
Denver. No.
Oh no, not Denver. Mm-mm. So does two teams have to make it? From
Yeah,
that
one of
division?
them.
No shot, right?
So it's LA. It's LA Chiefs, Titans,
one.
Bengals, Ravens, Bills, and then either Dolphins or Jets. Probably is the seventh.
Say that list again.
Bills division winner.
Right.
Chiefs.
Chiefs division winner.
Right.
Fucking Titans.
Bengals, I think division winner.
Yes, Bengals.
And then Titans
And then
division winner.
Titans?
Hold on, Titans division winner. Hold on, listen.
Okay.
And then Ravens wild card.
Yep.
Chargers wild card, I guess.
Gross.
And
but
then
okay.
either Jets, Dolphins, Patriots,
Pats.
So you think it's the Pats?
Pats are making the playoffs.
I don't know. Does Vegas want to sneak in there a little
I
bit?
would. I'm looking at their schedule right now.
What are they? 2-3-1.
I feel like they're gonna pick it up at some point in the
Are they
season.
2-3-1?
They are 2-4, but they get
Why did they get a
Saints.
tie?
Listen, they get Saints, Jags, Colts.
I don't know.
3 very winnable games for them right in a row. Broncos right after that, depending on how the Broncos look.
Oh, they're not beating the Colts.
And then they also get
Vegas?
That's gonna be an ugly game.
Vegas plays the
Holy
Steelers later
shit.
in the year. Maybe they get to 9 wins if they're lucky.
Are they playing Indy in Indy?
No.
But it's like
Okay, they might win then.
if the season ended today, like the playoffs are like disgusting. It's like
Well, it's a good thing the season doesn't.
no,
end
I
today.
understand. There's still like some, but like it'd be like Seattle at home playing like Tampa Bay, or it would be like the Chargers going on the road to the Jets or some shit. It's like what?
That would be wild.
Pete Carroll must be having a blast.
Pete Carroll's having the time of his life, and there are so many teams in the top 5 or
He's
top
looking like
10.
a genius right now, getting rid of Russell Wilson.
Oh my God, the draft pick! If Denver gets a
that's
top
what I was
end
gonna
draft
say.
pick.
There are so many teams in the bottom 10 of the NFL right now that
don't
don't
have a first
own
round.
that don't own their own draft pick, and like the top teams do. Like
So
I know Seattle's one. They own Denver's. I think.
wow.
They own Denver's fucking face right now.
Yeah,
That's what they own.
they're-
They own Denver's like kitchen.
Houston owns Miami their pick. Like there's a couple
Wow.
other. It's like
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's horrid.
there's a couple where it's like, what were you thinking when you made?
So the Seahawks are really gonna cash in, aren't they?
Probably.
Yeah, they're in a good spot.
Yeah.
That running back.
How hard are they gonna get like a running back though? Like
No,
they're just
but
gonna.
what's his face?
Kenneth
Walker.
Walker's
yeah,
really good.
great game yesterday.
But like, how hard are they just gonna like waste it though?
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like they're not gonna get a.
No, they'll draft
quarterback.
like Jamal Adams again. They'll just
a re-entry draft. Can you imagine? Yo,
we should.
$1 million idea.
I'm listening.
Players that have like gone out of the league that are looking for spots. A re-entry draft. They get to put up this draft of a bunch of old out of
Isn't that
pocket
free
players.
agency though?
Yes, but like a
More
more
fun?
like more so people can see it. Because you'll see guys who'll be like, wait, that guy doesn't have a team.
My $1 million idea is let's get 2 more teams in and let's get a fucking expansion draft going with the NFL.
Wow, that would be horny.
And then there's like,
Have they ever talked about?
Then there's a lot more really bad teams.
yeah, that's true. Or we drop 2 teams. We relegate 2 teams, 1 from each
Or
conference.
they just relocate?
No. You're just off the map. You're done. Like you're done.
Add 2.
A relegation like in
Two-
the Premier League?
But like relegation as in your franchise.
But relegation forever?
So one would go to London because Roger Goodell fucking loves that.
Did you see them talking about that he would expand to London?
Oh god, dude.
He would put a team in London.
Does he have like a British?
I
He
was
said
like-
he would put 2 there.
Does he have a British girlfriend?
He said 2. He said he would put 2 teams in London.
But it's like what?
Is
You're
he
gonna have
okay?
you're gonna have people going back and forth the whole year?
Yeah,
Like,
is he okay?
no, he's on drugs.
No, he said it would be like some kind of elongated road schedule for them or something like that. I don't.
Where they would have like a satellite place in the U.S. to
Oh.
play. That would be so faded. I would never watch that.
Yes, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
They would
That's
be the
so
worst
bad.
team every year because no one would want to play there, and every good player that would get drafted there would just leave once the rookie contract.
yeah.
because they don't want to deal with that shit.
It's like what? You want to live overseas when like all of, like the players you play against
Like
are just like partying in the
just to
United
like
States?
appease the British
Yeah,
people. No one
no.
fucking cares over there. They have soccer. They don't give a fuck.
That's literally like saying if the Premier League had like a team in Boston and was like, oh, but you just fly back and forth all the time. It's like what?
They're like,
no, that'd be
no.
That's
I'd be
not
like,
bad.
no,
That's
we're
a lot
not.
closer. Boston.
The only thing
No.
where that happens is in esports. That's the only place where that happens.
sure, you can play fucking.
But they live
yeah,
here,
whatever.
so just have a team here.
I don't get it.
You know what I mean?
That's faded. That's like faded call of the week is Roger Goodell.
Yeah, they need to get rid of him before he does that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking.
So so we have the teams that are going to be in the AFC are gross.
The teams that are gonna be in the NFC are even grosser.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not.
Like
It's not great. The
So it's-
AFC just has the teams that like we know are it in the playoffs.
so the final four is going to be Eagles, Bucks, Kansas City, Buffalo.
Maybe Bengals.
No,
Maybe San
It's
Francisco.
gonna be
maybe.
Eagles, 49ers, Bills, Bengals is the final 4.
So here's
So
the thing
not
with
even
the
Chiefs.
No.
So with the NFC East situation, here's the thing, because the Giants are feisty, right? If it was the Cowboys leading the division by a game with the Giants in second, the Giants would be beating the Cowboys in those 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants hate beating the fucking Eagles. We're their bitch. They beat us every time.
Oh,
It's terrible.
that's tough.
Unless like we're really good and they're really bad, but we don't do well when you go down there.
Before we
Transition
to
next week.
a different gender,
What?
the Yankees. Do you have any comments on that, or do you just want to like not even?
Oh
talk-
yeah, I mean, I sat here last year saying like there has to be like a lot of changes, and there's no way that they don't start the next season with a lot of changes, but they didn't. Every Yankees fan was saying like there's got to be like major issues addressed here, and then they didn't, but they played amazing for a while this year, so we were like, all right, maybe, and then that just slowly burned away once the season went on, and we just started to see shades that it's going to be the same old team every year. Come October, a team can't hit again. They look exactly like they did last year, look exactly like they did the year before, and look exactly like they did the year before. Striking out left and right. So
They love
if we were
striking
calling for
out.
Cashman and Boone's Head last year, then it's going to be even worse.
So here's my thing. I have called for Boone's Head now for 3 off seasons. I am nowhere near a Yankees fan, so if you guys want to
Don Mattingly.
if you guys want to
Give me
keep
Don Mattingly.
if you guys want to keep him, by all means keep him and do what you want to do.
But the
However,
team's got to look different.
I've talked
if they do.
to a handful of Yankees fans, and they all say the same thing when I say fire Boone. it doesn't matter because Brian Cashman controls the team.
I 100% agree.
So, why is Brian Cashman not getting fired? Is my question. Does
Yeah,
he just have a lifelong contract?
I guess so. And the
Yeah,
argument is
something on
always
the ownership.
the argument. Oh yeah, he's so like him and Hal Steinbrenner are fucking like boys. Then there's also I always hear
so
this
he's got
argument.
something on him,
If
huh?
he were to get fired by the Yankees, he'd get scooped up by another team instantly. Obviously, a mid to like low level
cares?
franchise would be like, wow, this guy's won World Series before.
If
We're gonna take him.
your rationale for not firing someone is, oh well, he'll just get
But
picked
dude,
up right away by someone else. Fuck.
It's
you.
been the same
Who
makeup.
cares?
It's been the same makeup of the team for the last 4 years when it just hasn't been working at all. And there has to be changes. And if you don't make roster changes and the way it's built and the way you go about the game, then you're just stubborn as fuck. I don't know how big of a sample size you need to show you that striking out all the time and waiting for the home run doesn't fucking work. Look
No, you
at
get to a certain
Houston.
point where it
Look
just
at these
doesn't
teams in the National League.
You have to get people on base.
Look at the Braves last year.
I look at your lineup when it comes to the playoff time, and it's like once you get through the heart of that order, it's always so pathetic. It's like
Donaldson, terrible. Striking on 3 pitches
Like-
nonstop. Urshela would have been better.
Cabrera is nothing special. Like Trevino or Higashioka does up there, and it's like that's free outs. It's like Bader played well. I mean, he dropped that ball.
He
and,
did,
like,
but
and, like that
to-
fucked you guys.
But to have Bader with a healthy LeMahieu and a healthy Benintendi would have changed the way that looked a lot.
I get you're saying that, but at the same
I'm not
time,
saying they would have won.
No,
The bullpen
I
still
know,
had
I
major
know, I know.
issues.
You're not blaming that, but at the same time, you're the New York Yankees. You got to have players that can step up in case of one of your key guys going.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's just for one guy going out, it's just another guy. If that guy that started that went out, honestly, was probably only batting 215, then you're going to bring in their backup who bats 195.
I don't know who is available for free agency, but you guys better go spend this offseason
on contact hitters.
on like whoever it is. Like a Trey Turner would be perfect for you guys.
That would be
I
amazing.
would just go pick apart the Astros staff.
Oh my god.
Well,
Whatever
they
the
tried to with Garrett Cole.
Where do they
Whatever
find-
Garrett-
No, I'm
and-
saying.
yeah, where do they
their-
find these
their-
guys?
Their coaching staffs.
Oh, I think about their
Like,
pitching
the
staff.
absolutely.
clubhouse, dude.
Oh,
Get,
yeah.
get people in there.
They just
'cause
turn
Well,
out
they-
pitchers.
they
they-
clearly know what the fuck
No,
they're doing.
they cheat. Like,
Yo, imagine if it comes out that they cheated again.
if they cheat
Dude,
again, they're out of the league.
If teams started
Bro, the
like
MLB
come
would
playoff
burn to
time,
the
if
ground.
teams start like getting sticky with the shit again, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't bother me. I thought the other night I
mean-
was like, Cole might have some sticky stuff.
I was
going
just
on,
gonna say,
but
Garrett
I don't
needs
care.
that.
Like, you think about it, like, no other sport has this. So many ways to, like, cheat.
Oh, it's
yeah.
great.
That's what. So I was talking about this with somebody, I forget who, but it was like, how do you like eliminate it other than the fact like the checks at the mound are so faded.
Oh yeah.
They are extremely aged.
Why do you think that?
Because what was the one who was the guy that had like the fucking shit on his ear? It looked like he had shit on his ears.
Karishnikrat or whatever.
Whoever the Mets were playing.
No.
the shit.
Oh.
the
yes.
the Padres. Joe
It was the
Musgrove.
Padres.
Yeah,
the Padres. Musgrove.
Yes.
So he had the shit on his ears. So then the umpires would come out and he's like,
Yeah.
and you, like me sitting at home having to watch that. If I didn't have any understanding of baseball,
You'd be like, why is this guy getting fondled?
I
on
would be
national
on
television?
I would be on Mars, dude. If I was from a different country and I'd never seen baseball before, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's gonna be fun next year though when there's no shift.
So I love
More guys running around the bases and stuff like that. They're gonna have to designate zones.
There's
and
no
stuff.
what?
No shift. You can't you can't
Yeah, you
like
can't
know
have
how
four-
like
four guys
you know,
on
like how
one
when
side of
David
the
Ortiz
infield.
comes up, they put like that guy in deep right field
Why are they changing that?
to get more offense.
Dude, yeah, bro. Everybody this year offense was so bad. Everybody was batting 230 this
I
year.
just feel like they just, oh man, they just do so many
No.
faded things.
That's a
Why
good
is
change.
that bad though?
That's a
I
good
love
change.
That. I
it's
love
not
that.
bad. It's just like why? Because there's no offense.
It's been crap, dude.
Because
But that's
no
not
one
the
can hit.
reason. But
No
that's
one
not
can
the reason
fucking hit.
why. Like,
Nah,
Because they know exactly where you're gonna hit the ball. Literally, they know exactly. Like,
but here's the thing, though. Like the change is not what I'm saying is faded. The way they go about changing things is what is faded to me.
all right.
They
That's
have, there's
Manfred's
no
a joke.
offense. The pitchers are really good. You know what? Let's handicap the defense so that we get more runs.
Here's
going.
my theory about baseball. It's way better when everyone's cheating. Let people do
That's
steroids.
another solution that I said. Literally just make everything legal.
The pitchers are getting so good. Move the mound back like a foot or two.
Let people
Move the mound back. Let them use spider tag.
Yes.
Let them use steroids.
Thank you. Yes.
Literally let them do everything. Because think about how that was back in the 80s and shit.
Yeah.
It was all legal. No one gave a fuck.
Yeah, but I mean, it was
Look at how good baseball
It
was.
was only within 4 years that anybody ever hit more home runs than Aaron Judge did this year. It was within 4 years, from 97 to 2001.
Everyone would be hitting that.
I know, but before that, you can compare his numbers to anybody in baseball history. So there is that.
That's
These
what I'm saying.
guys,
There's always
Sammy
gonna be
Sosa
outliers.
was doing everything he could to cheat, fucking everything.
There's going to be outliers at every turn, but it's just like it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, what do we have to look out for this year? Oh, spider tag.
Yeah, now
on
it's
people.
a new thing. Yeah.
Like, oh, what do we have to look out for?
Oh.
Oh, them using Apple Watches in the dugout, stealing signs,
But with the shift,
banging trash cans.
with the shift in the Yankees, I will say this, because I've seen teams like the Braves do it countless times. Just when all goes wrong, they just start slapping it against the shift, and they score a bunch of runs. With the Yankees, almost everybody, like almost every batter on the team, has a crazy shift put on them. And when striking out, when you're trying to hit a home run, doesn't work for the 9th time, just fucking bunt it or slap it the other way.
So
They just have to do everything they can to get people on base, and they just can't adapt in game to
I
what
think
the
it
other
was
team-
game 2, and Rizzo was on third base, and he was like halfway down the third base line.
Because
Who was up to bat? Do you remember or no?
No idea.
Someone was up to bat, and they had the whole team on the right side of the infield. So no one was keeping Rizzo on the third base bat.
Might have been
He was
Cabrera because he's a switch hitter.
He literally could have been standing like in the batter spot.
He was literally like halfway down the line. Nobody was near him, and it's like there were 2 outs. So obviously, like bunting is not really like an option. But it's like, how hard is it to just hit it towards the third base side?
Right.
There is a wide
You're a
open
professional.
down. You're a professional baseball
Yeah,
That's
you
player.
what I
could
say
easily
about
just
Gallo,
direct
bro.
the
You're
ball.
Just
you're professional.
direct the
Adjust.
ball that way. If you can't, you're pathetic. Like literally just take all of your might and just go the opposite way. And if you get a hit, that's what the goal is. And if you strike out or pop it up, whatever, that's probably what was going to happen in the first place anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they're so unwilling to change. It's like the free throw shooting in basketball. You shoot 30%. Everyone knows you can't shoot. Just granny shot it. I don't care how dumb you look.
Get it like
just
in
get
the
it in the
vicinity
basket.
of
Yeah.
the basket.
Like when like Ben Simmons shows up, it's like he's not making 2 free throws. He's probably not even making 1 free throw.
He's barely making one.
If
half the
he
time.
just granny shot it, then he would probably be a 70% free throw shooter. It's like these guys. Like
but also like you're acting like a granny shot is like a guaranteed basket though.
I'm not. I said 70%.
Just saying, try something. Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely do agree. You have to try something.
You could double your free throw percentage if you just shoot it granny style. You could probably get 20 or 30% on your batting average if you just took what the defense gave you. But
Someone needs to sign Jackie Moon right now, dude. Sign him, dude.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that the Yankees could be doing better, but apparently they don't want to do better for whatever reason.
Starts at the top.
It's
starts
crazy.
with
Like
Cashman.
since the inception of this podcast, we've had this same conversation
4 years in a row, 3 years.
4 years in a row.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah, no,
So-
I probably said something just like this here before you.
You could literally copy and paste what you said.
Yeah,
the
how
last
long
3
have I
years.
been tired of the home run shit? Like
So
I've
then,
been
like-
talking about it for years.
If they don't make changes to either Aaron Boone or Cashman, I'm just going to assume that this is going
gonna
to be the
happen
result.
again next year.
Oh yeah, here's the. I mean, obviously Judge, great, and you want to re-sign him, but if you don't want to abandon the whole home run thing completely, you got that short porch. Get some fucking lefties.
Yeah.
Huh.
What an idea.
Yeah.
Glaber's got to go.
He's bad.
He's a good second baseman in the field, but he hit 37 home runs his first full year in the league, and it was over after that. That guy wanted to do nothing.
Well, he
but
also
swing for
hit
the
like
fences.
20 of them against the Orioles that year too.
He did. Dude was a good average hitter in the minors. All of a sudden, he just wants to bat 240.
Has your hitting coach ever changed, or is it still the same person? Does that have to be something to look at?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
It was
that's
Kevin
awesome.
Long for a while until like 2018, and he was a pretty good hitting coach. But now he's with the Mets, I think.
Phillies also won their series.
Team of Destiny. Bryce Harper. Biggest nuts I've ever seen.
Team of Destiny, because I did not pick them to go to the World Series. And I
Yeah,
said
but
this.
they're the Team of Destiny, though.
And you got Schwarber there again against.
Well,
the
Schwarber's
Astros.
just like one of those like October characters that always pops up. And
Yeah, no, and he's gonna be like, "What's up, Houston?"
Yeah.
If they win, is it more shocking than when the Nats won?
No.
I'd say it's probably the same.
No, because I don't. Well, okay.
I don't know.
Yes.
It's
The
close
hitting
to the
star
same.
power is more on the Phillies,
I was
I
gonna
feel
say.
like.
I disagree because you had Scherzer.
No, I know Rendon. I said the hitting star power. Rendon had
hitting
a
star power,
phenomenal
okay.
year, but it was like Soto's first hoorah. Schwarber
Hoorah.
obviously did great.
Turner, Zimmerman, yeah.
Yeah, Trey Turner.
Yeah.
No,
They were a really good
so
team.
good.
So like, I don't know. You're sitting there like looking back on that Nationals team right now, like saying like they had a lot of good pieces, but at the time you were like, there's no way they're beating the Astros. That's
I
like,
know.
No, like
I
literally
felt the same way.
You're literally like, there's no way they're beating this Astros team. You know what I'm saying today, right now? There is no way this Phillies team is beating the Astros.
That's what I mean.
There is absolutely no way.
The Astros are way too good.
The Astros win the series in 5 games, and the Phillies are a nice story, and I really like the Phillies. This is not Philadelphia. The Astros are gonna lay the smackdown on this team.
I just want to anybody listening that's a Phillies fan, just know he's just saying this so that the Phillies will win the World Series.
Well, low key, I'm like really hoping.
Oh, I'm
the
so
Phillies win.
I hate Philly sports teams, but I'm all over the Phillies on this. I'm all over
The
it.
Astros
Yeah,
are
I
undefeated
s-
so far in the playoffs.
You know what's gonna suck is if the Phillies do win, how fast they're gonna put up a Bryce Harper statue outside the stadium.
They should.
How hard
Yeah,
do they love
yeah.
just making statues of things?
Oh, they should.
100%. He's won an MVP there too.
But like they love doing that.
Like
Phillies,
his
like Philadelphia.
his first season, they hated him.
Oh, everybody hated him.
They hated him.
He gets 2
was-
extra base hits every playoff game now.
Yeah.
It's a double and a home run every time I look.
He had a villain story there for a little bit.
And then it was like he started putting it together and won MVP, but then the team was bad and everyone's like, "Oh, he's just a good hitter on a bad team," and blah blah. And then it's like, okay, now you got everything you put
This
together.
team had some problems
Yeah.
early in the season.
Oh, yeah.
They could not defend for
Well,
shit. They were blowing every game.
I also liked the Girardi hiring when they hired him, and I was like, I think he's a really good manager. And then they fired him, and then this new guy they love.
They love him.
The clubhouse loves the new manager. So I don't know. It should be an interesting series, but I got Houston in 5.
They got hot starting pitching right now. Zach Wheeler looks
Zach Wheeler's so good.
dominant.
Zach Wheeler's always been so good.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a Wilpon thing with the Mets, different ownership, but they got to be looking at him like saying, "How the fuck we let that guy go?"
Mm-hmm. Your prediction? You got one for that series?
I just think the Astros are way too fucking good.
The
dude.
Astros are so good. I'll say Astros in 6 because like maybe Philly gives us some hope at the beginning and it's like a 2-2 series. Or
The Phillies might take the first 2 games
In Houston?
in Houston.
in Houston. Yeah,
Wow.
Holy
and
shit!
then
They just
Houston
got
is
crapped on?
Wow.
Yeah, and then
Or it'll
Houston-
be like the other series where it was only the road team wins their games.
if they don't.
That's what happened with Washington. Washington won 4 games in Houston,
Mhm.
and they lost their 3 games in Washington.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That
and then it was
that
the
other
opposite. It was the
retarded
opposite
thing.
for the Red Sox against the Dodgers. It was like every home team won,
They won in 6 though, I think.
but then
I'll
they
never,
won in LA.
I'll never forget being at school and it was that 18 inning Dodgers game, and like I went out and came back in and it was like the 14th inning. It was like 1 a.m. and I was like, this game's still fucking going on. Just
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
sat there for another 2 hours, just kept drinking, went to bed so pissed off, bro. I was so disgustingly pissed off when they lost that game. I was like, what the fuck? It was like 2-1 in the 18th inning. I was like, that's awesome. Like, that's fun. Anyways.
Great.
Shall we transition back?
Yeah. Let's hit up week 8.
Week
Week 8, that's disgusting.
We're already there.
We're basically halfway through.
We're basically at the end of the football season.
Yeah, the season's over. Just stop listening.
Stop it now. Start the playoffs.
I won't recap records this week because we still have one pending, but just know that we had a bad week for week 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sucks.
we'll double update it next time.
I need the Pats to cover tonight.
Yeah, you do.
I really do.
Your life depends on it, actually.
Thursday night football on good old Amazon Prime Video. We got Baltimore Ravens traveling to Tom Brady's Buccaneers.
The first promising looking matchup of
Thursday night. Chargers Chiefs, I guess week 2, but yeah, this is nice.
Oh yeah, true.
Sight.
Baltimore is a minus 1.5 point favorite in Tampa Bay. Over under is 45 points. Nolan, please take the floor.
Wow, that sucks that you went to me first because I gotta tell you, I have no fucking idea. I
Me
have
too.
no fucking idea.
The NFL is wild, dude.
Like,
this
is like
year, I
okay.
just don't know.
So listen, the past 3 weeks, Antonio, we've said that this is a bounce back game. They played 3 really bad teams and lost.
So we don't learn our lesson, and now they're gonna be fine, right?
and now they're gonna be fine.
All right.
Is it?
I hate
is that
it.
the case though? I hate. That.
I don't know.
I just don't
know.
like picking this game. I feel like either way, I'm just on the
I
wrong side.
am. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna
gonna
say
take
it.
the home team.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna
And
go with Tom
yo,
Brady.
So it went from
Tom Brady hates
Bucks
the Ravens. He wants
-4 to Bucks +1.5.
I love this jam.
Do you love the Bucks in this game?
I love the Ravens in this jam.
Yeah, you
love
should.
the Ravens.
This is the Buccaneers' downfall. I promise you. This game, they're getting their salad tossed in this game. This is
Jeez.
a 10 to 20 point Ravens victory.
Oh, man.
On Thursday Night Football. And Friday morning is not going to be tied to Mr. Brady. I can promise you that right
Give
now.
me the play, Sal, at the sports book. What am I doing?
Oh, Marcus
For
Peters is
Thursday
gonna
Night
pick him
Football?
off
for
and do
Thursday
some
night
fuck shit.
football.
Tom Brady under 1.5 passing touchdowns. Lamar Jackson to score a rushing touchdown. Baltimore Ravens to win the game. That is your Thursday Night Football parlay.
Put that in the parlay.
That is literally free cash money in your pocket.
All right.
Baltimore wins that game very easily.
I'm picking the Bucks.
I am very confident about that game. Denver goes on the road to Jacksonville. What an icky game.
Ew.
Jacksonville is a 3.5 point favorite at home.
Dude, it's like every game you look at, you just say, I don't know.
Yeah. Because you don't know who's good. You still don't know who's good. Over under is 39.5 points.
Jesus Christ.
That is very low. Anyone? wanna
Denver
go
looks like
first?
shit. I can't take
Oh, this
Denver.
is a
They
London
look like
game?
fucking garbage. Oh, it's a
it's a
London.
London
Oh,
game?
Jacksonville loves
It says
that.
9:30
Jacksonville
a.m.
might be the best London team.
Yeah,
ever.
that's their team, bro. That Jacksonville.
It's
And
a
Denver
London
looks like shit.
game, dude.
They look worse every week, and I can't do it anymore.
All right. See, I always have to picture me getting up at 11 o'clock and checking my phone to see what the score is. So if I got up at 11 o'clock on Sunday,
Oh, it would be 13 to.
it's like
3
it's like
Denver.
13-10 Denver. Yeah,
Yeah.
like 13-7 Denver.
It's like 13-8.
I'll take Denver. I'll just take Denver plus the points. Jacksonville might be the best London team ever, but I don't care.
I'm taking Jacksonville. You guys take Denver every fucking week.
Yeah, no.
I'm
I'm done
no,
with
I
Jacksonville.
literally do. I hate
can't.
Denver too, and I take. Them
I
every
quit
week.
last week. I kicked.
I
it,
quit.
but it's still.
You kicked the Denver.
Actually, no. I still picked them against the Jets, but I didn't put them in a pick 3.
Denver.
But I just don't pick the Jets.
Denver opened at -7 this game,
Holy shit!
so they thought Russell was playing, but there was.
Give me Jacksonville.
Excuse me, Denver was a -7 point favorite to start.
No,
That can't be right.
Waxonville.
that's a typo.
I don't think this makes typos. I don't.
Convinced that Vegas never makes typos.
I don't know. Just give me Denver.
How come that's the case? Vegas never makes typos.
Because whoever makes the typo is dead after they make the typo.
Yeah, they gotta have
so
like
they-
9 people check the shit. I swear.
No, yeah, there's like a checker who checks the checker. Like there's like
They go through. It's like a assembly line of just people checking, making sure it's correct.
Carolina at Atlanta. This opened as a pick or like Carolina -1, I guess, and it's Atlanta -5 right now.
Yeah, mine says -6 too. Like that's
Mine
crazy.
also says -6.
All right,
But-
we'll go -6. That's what you guys have. We'll go -6.
They're gonna beat the Panthers pretty bad.
You think are they capable of that?
Yeah, no.
Panthers are pretty bad. They just beat a pretty bad team as well.
I don't think either one of these teams is capable of covering the spread if they're favored.
This is an awful game.
This is so bad.
Oh my
I feel
god!
like everyone just wants to bet Carolina now that they beat Tampa last week. So I'll just.
I'm
take,
on
I'll-
ATL.
I'll take Atlanta based
ATL.
off that, but I don't like this game.
Yeah, I don't understand why this is a 6-point spread.
You won't understand most
Is-
of the spreads you look at.
I mean,
TBH
So Carolina.
yeah, I think Carolina covers this just because both these teams I feel like
are suck.
are sucky. So
We'll take the 6 at that point.
There's a lot of 1 o'clock games.
There's not much analysis that can really go into that game. It's like,
I mean, analysis going in.
oh, you want to hear the best stat of the
There's
NFL
no Sunday
season?
night game this week.
There's no Sunday night game this
No,
week?
it's Green Bay Buffalo.
Yeah, I think you're faded.
You're extremely
Yeah.
faded.
Oh, it's just showing it weird.
Anyway, the best stat of the NFL season. Joe Flacco has more pass attempts than Marcus Mariota right now.
Because they don't throw the ball.
Ever.
They throw it like
Joe
3
Flacco's
times
not
a
played
game.
in 3 or 4 weeks.
You started what, the first 2 weeks?
3. How crazy is that? The Falcons literally don't
How
throw
many
the ball.
pass attempts does he have?
Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
Like 154. He threw like 50 a game to start the season.
Yeah, because they were down all those games and they came back and won most of
I
the
just love
two
how
of
I
those.
was so confident in the Jets week 1 and they looked like dog shit, and then ever since then they've been good.
They've looked really good.
It's
yeah.
like no, it's like cool. Like no, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
New England -2.5, traveling to the Jets. I really don't know how New England is favored in this game. I genuinely do not. Over/under is 41.5 points.
Just because it's New England versus the Jets.
I guess, but like,
I do think the Jets beat them one of these games. One of the times they played the Patriots. So if they're not losing at Gillette, so like it has to be this game.
you're not picking the Jets.
I might have to.
You're picking the Jets.
Sal, this might be a trap.
Oh yeah, I'm all over the Pats here. You know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
you're a bigger Pats fan than you are a Giants fan.
I don't know if I
swear.
picked the Jets once.
I said this last week.
This one
though.
feels like a trap to me.
I just have to pick the Patriots, and I don't even know that the right team is favored in that game. If this was New England versus if this was Jets versus any other team than New England, I'd be taking the Jets here. But I'll take New England, I guess.
I'm gonna take the Jets.
It's literally just because Belichick owns the Jets. That's all.
That's the only thing that's keeping me or in the back of my head saying you're faded. Why are you picking the Jets? But I'm picking the Jets.
So if this game's in New England, it's like -6 New England or -5.5.
And it probably will be because they play the Jets again in like 2 weeks, right?
Come on.
They play the Jets again like fairly quickly.
So you're telling me if this game was right now and it was -5.5 Patriots, you'd say that's an okay line?
If it's in New England, yeah.
That's faded.
'Cause the Jets are really bad on the road.
And they're starting to just look terrible.
The Jets?
I mean, without Brees
No,
Hall,
not
too.
terrible.
The
but-
Giants are starting to look terrible.
No,
maybe
that
it moved,
that
maybe
was
it moved,
bad.
Maybe it moved because
Zach
they're
Wilson
without Brees
did
Hall.
not look very good yesterday, and Brees Hall, that hurts.
It does hurt.
I don't know. I think that line makes no sense. 0 sense. But I'll take the Patriots.
It's got to be Brees Hall. That's the only thing.
It doesn't move it 3 points. Brees Hall doesn't affect the line that much. That should be a pick. It should be who wins that game. That's what the line should be. But I don't make
And
the
it'll
lines.
probably be Jack Moans playing.
I hate Jack Moans. I hate Jack Moans, dude.
He might play tonight.
He is.
He is?
I hate him.
I know yesterday it said it was like he was game time.
Because if Bailey Zapp was in, he would light up the Bears and everyone would be calling for Matt Jones' job. That's why they have to put Matt Jones in tonight. Literally.
I do think they have to put Mac Jones in tonight.
Arizona.
They have to.
Arizona traveling to Minnesota. Arizona's a 3.5-point dog. I love Arizona in this
I was
game.
going to say, I could see this being both teams in the 30s, and this could be a good
Arizona wins this game.
This could be a barn burner game.
You don't need the 3.5. Arizona wins this game.
The couch has made its decision.
Sal, no. Because do you know what comes out this weekend?
Oh, God. Why do you say that?
It comes out Friday, too.
I know Andy had the long weekend to play because they were off Thursday, so he's been grinding that for
He's not going to be sleeping. He's not going to be sleeping this weekend.
I'm taking the Cardinals, but you might have just talked me off of pick 3, and I hate you for that. Oh my
I'm picking Minnesota.
goodness gracious! The next game,
What is the next game?
I'm gonna lose my house on this next game. I might bet the mortgage on the next game.
What?
Saints
Vegas?
at home against Vegas. Vegas is -1.5. Vegas easy,
Yeah, Vegas, easy.
easy,
That's a
easy.
I mean, I don't know. I think
That's a weird spread.
I
too.
think New Orleans is pretty bad. It doesn't shock me that the Raiders are favored.
New Orleans is a terrible team this
Yeah.
year.
I'm not shocked that Vegas is favored.
I feel like these two teams are like mirrors of each other.
I think the Raiders.
Oh my
Raiders have
God! Give
crazy
me
advantage
Vegas,
on
dude.
offense.
This
Yeah,
is,
me too.
This is the easiest
I
game.
mean, you
of the
guys
year.
are talking me into taking Vegas.
This is
I'm
this is literally the easiest game of the
I'm
year.
going to take
Nuts,
Vegas,
dude.
but if the Saints come out and win, I'm going to be pissed.
I don't care. They're not going to.
All right. That's all you had to say to me.
Miami. I can't believe that's the spread. Miami at Detroit. Miami's a 3-point favorite in Detroit.
That's a weird spread.
I'm
too.
done picking the Lions.
I'm going to pick the Lions.
I'm on. I will go with Miami today.
Tua had like
Yeah,
5
tell me what you thought about
interceptions
last
dropped.
night because I didn't watch much of that game last night.
Yeah, Tua did not look good. But
What happened to the Lions' offense? They can't score anymore?
DeAndre Swift got hurt.
Mm.
Amon-Ra St. Brown's been
Got
hurt
hurt,
and is
yeah.
now hurt again.
Dodgers serious on Judge. Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
LA is willing to let Trey Turner walk and move Mookie to second base to land AL home run king.
That's faded play of the week.
So they're getting Aaron Judge
That
probably.
I would hurt myself badly if he went there. I took
No, he's going to the Red Sox. You don't have to hurt yourself.
no. If there's the Yankees wouldn't let the Red Sox and the Mets.
That
do it.
has never, ever happened in the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry where someone from the Yankees goes to the Red Sox. It's
always the other way
always
around.
someone from the Red Sox joining the Yankees.
Yeah, because it would just be so much like there'd be so much outlash if the Mets or the Red Sox got one of our guys. So like we would just last second be like, oh wait, no, you can have this and you can be the Yankee captain next year.
I mean, if you went to the Mets, then you guys would really be crying.
No, we'd be crying.
I think that would hurt worse than the Red Sox. I'm not even joking. Like, I think you guys would be
it would.
You guys would be pissed.
We would lose to little brother.
You guys would be pissed if he went to the Red Sox. You guys would be depressed if he went to the Mets. It would be one of those things where
Yeah,
like
you guys would be angry for a couple weeks and then you forget.
then like you gotta play him and then you just boo him. But it's like when he goes to the Mets, it's like
Yeah.
it's like
He's
just
still the star in New
Yes,
York and all that
yes.
stuff.
It's like
Literally.
your younger brother taking your favorite toy and then breaking it.
He's with he was the rookie home run king for about 12 months. Then he's playing with the new rookie home run king.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. No, but if he goes anywhere, it's San Francisco. If not, he's back with the Yankees. Anywho, that was just a bum ass notification I got.
Detroit.
Dodgers.
Detroit.
and you're taking
Miami.
Pittsburgh at Philly. Philly coming off a bye, still undefeated.
Battle of PA.
Spread is 10.5.
The Battle of PA.
Philly is favored by 10.5. Over/under is 43.5 points.
PA.
Pittsburgh does not put up more than 14 points in this game.
No.
I will take the Eagles pretty comfortably.
It's a big offensive and defensive. No, not defensive mismatch. Their defense is still better, Philly, compared to Steelers at this point in the year with the injuries that have happened to the Steelers. So I think it's just a mismatch on both sides of the ball. And, yeah, I was going to say Philly should win by 2 or more touchdowns.
Kenny Pickett looked awful.
He did.
No, I'm not taking
You're
the
not doing
Steelers.
it?
No, I really did think about it, though.
He threw a lot
The
last
Eagle-
night, and he looked bad.
Because, like, the spread, like, anytime this year when there's a big spread, I get, like, icky around it because it's like what we talked about before, any team can fucking
Win.
But
Yeah.
if they are making it this big of a spread, it's
For a
got to be
reason.
just slapping you in
Yeah.
the face. So I'm going to take Philly here. Kenny Pickett looked bad.
Yeah. Chicago traveling to Dallas. Dallas is a 10.5 point favorite as well. Over/under is 43. I'm again going to take the favorite here.
I think you have to.
I don't know how the Bears move the ball against this Dallas defense, and Dak did not look good this week either. But I think the
Bears' offense is just absolute nothingness.
Yeah.
And Fields is not a comfortable quarterback in the pocket at all.
It sucks because I wish we had more information about how they're going to play against the Patriots. Because it's like they're playing against a really good defense. I want
I
to see what
still
they
think
do.
the Bears are one of the 3 worst teams in the NFL. I don't care about those 2 wins they got at the beginning.
Oh,
of the year.
yeah. They're awful.
the 49ers game literally doesn't count. I don't care that they
That
got a win
doesn't.
for it.
that game
That
did
might
not
count for the Niners toward the end of the year if they're fighting for
That's
something.
very true. No, I think the farther away Dak gets from his injury, the better he'll look. And I mean, realistically, Dallas needs to put up 28 to cover this game.
Because
So
also realistically on Sunday, Dallas did not look that good.
no, but
Like-
like they got a couple lucky breaks, and you know, I don't love this Dallas team. I just hate Chicago that much. So give me Dallas minus the points.
Yeah, I'll take Dallas. This is faded.
This is faded spread of the week. This is the most faded spread of the week. Tennessee at Houston. Tennessee's a minus 1.5 point favorite at Houston.
Wait, so faded. Wait. Why?
Y is right. And it opened as minus 5.5 for Tennessee. And now it's minus 1.5.
The fuck?
So again, I did this last week because I'm Sal. I'm taking Houston, but I don't like this.
Houston was right yesterday, so. I fucking hate Tennessee.
How do you look at this spread and genuinely say Tennessee? No sane, rational person says Tennessee with this spread.
Yeah, and I don't like Tennessee to begin with. So I'm going to go with the Texans just because I don't think the Titans aren't the kind of good team. No, they're not a good team. And just because their record's 4-2 doesn't mean they're going to beat the shit out of a stinker. They stink too.
The Titans, you mean?
Yeah.
So, like, the Texans, dude. Like, weird things happen when teams go into Houston. The Texans might win this game.
Yeah,
I hope they do.
They might, but why is the spread not like -4?
That would be so AFC
For the
South
Texans?
if they
for the
did that.
Titans. No, the Texans should not be favored anywhere. This should not be anywhere close to what the spread is right now. The opening spread was correct. 5.5 is correct.
I mean, yes. I mean, that just makes me like the Texans even more, I guess.
I mean, I'm taking the Texans, but I don't like this game. I don't like this pick. I don't
Oh,
like
no.
any-
If I was betting, I'd stay far away from this one.
That's like that's a very yucky stay away from game.
I stay away from most AFC South games in general.
Yes.
I think that's enough about that.
You're a
game.
very smart man.
Washington
Thanks.
traveling to another AFC South team, the Indianapolis Colts. New quarterback. Colts are -3 at home. Over/under is 40.5. I said this earlier. You just got to ride the Washington train until it doesn't work.
Taylor
Yeah,
Heineke.
it's Washington.
I will take Washington here.
Taylor Heineke.
Don't love it, but we'll see.
3
love
for the
Taylor Heineke.
commies. All right.
Have the Colts ever played a 4:25 game at home? I feel like that's a weird time. I feel like they always play at 1.
I feel like they always play
at 4:25.
at 4:25 at
No, I
home.
feel like
Colt,
they always
I
play
feel like
at
they
1.
always play at fucking home. Every time I watch the Colts,
Oh, yeah,
they're
they
in that
always play
stupid
at
ass
home.
dome.
I feel like they're always at 1 at home, but maybe I'm faded. Giants at Seattle. Giants again,
An underdog.
an underdog. +3, same spread as last week. And it's another crappy team.
Well, we
They're crappy.
Seattle.
Yes. Don't tell me Seattle's a good team. Let's see who
They're,
Seattle's.
they're a stingy team.
Let's see who
They
Seattle's.
got players sprinkled around.
I-
all over
I
the-
can't wait to
Their
see-
defense is not bad. Their defense is
That's
all right.
what I tried to say in the beginning of the year. You guys looked at me like I was faded.
Well, because they just let up 45 points to the Lions, but since then it's
That's
been
true.
You know, the
That's
worst-
true.
not so bad.
the
Okay,
worst-
it's justified.
The worst is when like you want to make a point and then you see something and then it goes against you. I think Arizona's kind of good and I think the Chargers are kind of good and they beat them the last 2 weeks. So maybe they're not as bad as I want them to be or as bad as I think.
Dude, I'm so on the fence.
I mean,
with
they're first
Arizona.
place,
Like when
right?
you said playoffs, like I almost wanted
first
to say
They're
place.
making
yes.
the playoffs. I don't know how, but they are.
The first place, right?
Yeah.
The NFC West.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. With how good that division is, or has been, I should say. That's crazy that Seattle, going from what they did last year to this year, how they're in first place halfway through the year pretty much, it's crazy.
Metcalf is out.
Oh, Metcalf is out? Oh, that's right. He, like, got hurt in the beginning. They've already
DK
said he's
Metcalf.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's the Giants. It's the Giants again. I mean, I'm not. I think I picked against them the past two.
I feel like Lockett always has a big game against you guys, but I feel like you guys don't play that much either.
And the public is.
I don't think they play very
Lockett
much.
had a huge game against us years ago, and both the teams were terrible. Russell was still there, but the team went like 5-11 that year or something. I think he was out.
Was that one of the random times he had like 200 receiving yards for like no reason?
Yeah, I remember that game really well.
He's had like 4 of those.
But
think,
I
in his
picked against the
career.
Giants the last 3 weeks when it comes to the spread, and so I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them because they keep proving everybody wrong, and public bets are also on Seattle.
I hate being stubborn,
Seattle.
but I'm gonna
Be the stubborn one.
But I'm gonna be stubborn.
It's
I
going to
s-
happen at some
I
point.
said Jacksonville last week, and they're -3. I gotta take Seattle down, and they're -3. Seattle.
I gotta take Seattle too. I mean,
Eventually, the Giants just don't win. Are the Giants a 7-1 football team?
no.
No,
but we said that
were
last
they a
week.
6-1 football team?
No.
We
No
said that last
shot.
week, and I was like, I can't see them as a 6-1. I didn't see them as
Look
a
at their
5-1
schedule.
team.
This team could be effing 9-1 in 4 weeks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Eventually, the wheels fall off. Just give me Seattle. I don't.
This
know.
is the one that they drop. I think this.
They're
just
gonna
has-
they're gonna drop a game or two that they shouldn't. But when I was looking at the schedule the rest of the season, even if I'm like adding 1 or 2 games in there that they shouldn't lose, they still win like 11 games at this point.
I love this next game too. San Fran at the Rams. San Fran's a -1.5 point favorite. Over unders 43. I'll let you two go first, but I know where I'm going with this one. And I think I know where both of you are going with this
San
one.
Fran at the Rams.
Oh, Sal's going to take the Rams. I'm all over San Francisco.
I love the Rams here.
I love the Rams here.
Good
as well.
coaching staff coming off a bye at home.
Yep. As an underdog.
As an underdog, Cliff Kingsbury, they're going to be...
Cliff Kings.
Or,
Sean McVay.
No. San Fran's coach.
Kyle Shanahan?
Kyle Shanahan. I always mix those two up. Kingsbury and him.
I don't doubt your point.
Sean McVay's going to know what to do against him.
All right.
Because he's not that good. That was my point.
You put me in a pretzel right there. I was like,
I put myself in a pretzel. That was the problem. I never remember anyone's fucking name.
I love the Rams in this game because everyone who bet San Francisco last week is like, oh, now they're definitely beating the shitty ass Rams this week. And it's next week is when you pile on the 49ers. This is not the week to pile on the 49ers. They lose to the Rams this week. I love the Rams here. But
Right.
You love the 49ers.
I do love the 49ers. I think they're... Oh, God, I don't like that. I think they're off. It's in LA, but...
That was a word, huh?
What
They're
did
off.
Yeah, no, I was thinking. I was having a thought and expressing it while I was in the middle of a sentence. But it's pretty much a home game for the Niners. When they go down there, it's just all red.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
it's
that
like that way
really
every
matters that
Rams home
much.
game.
But I think the offense is going to start to look more and more dynamic every week, and I'm kind of excited to see the shit that Shanahan's going to drop with McCaffrey.
You
I
also
think,
have to remember,
McCaffrey's
too, Jimmy Garoppolo's the
a wet
quarterback.
dream for McCaffrey.
Just always remember that Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback. You just have to go back to that.
Stafford's looked really good this year.
He's not looked very good.
Got a
this year.
point there, but we'll see. Green Bay, Sunday Night Football at Buffalo.
God, why can't this game be being played in December? Because it feels like this game should be snowing.
So much snow.
Well, who knows? Maybe it is snowing Sunday.
I hope so.
It could be never
Never
count snow out
but
at any point when it gets to
Buffalo.
this time of the year.
Buffalo is a 10.5 point favorite. Over under is 47.5 points. I am taking the
Packers?
Green
Yeah, you are.
Bay
Let's go.
Packers.
The couch
plus
agrees
10
on
and a
that
half.
one. They will not win.
I was gonna say I may even sprinkle money line because it's that disgusting.
So why? Why do you say that?
Just because it's one of those games where everyone says Aaron Rodgers is a fuck, and he's
He's the biggest underdog he's ever been in this game too.
And you know this team can't move the ball. This team is the worst, and yes, they're really, really, really bad. I know they're really bad. I've seen them the last couple of weeks. It is just one of those games on Sunday Night Football where it's the fourth quarter. And there's 9 minutes left, and the Bills throw a punt, and it's like a 3 or 4 point game. It's just one of those games. The Bills do not come out and massacre this team, I promise you.
No, they don't.
This is a close game throughout. I will take the 10.5 points.
So, as much as I hate it, I agree with you. And when I looked at this game earlier, I got mad because I knew you would love Green Bay in this game. and then I thought about it more, and I'm like, Sal's going to be so right, because like this is just going to be one of those close games. I don't think Green Bay wins, but this is just going to be a really close game for no reason.
I want to sit here and say Buffalo's going to massacre them. Like
I just don't see it.
I just don't see it. And it's not because I think Green Bay's a good football team. I just think it's one of those classic Sunday Night Football games where it's Allen versus Rodgers, and it's this versus the, and it's like blah blah. And I'm not saying rigged. I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying just genuinely, it's two good quarterbacks.
Right. And if Rodgers has a great night, he has the full capability to elevate that team to a point where they could stay close with the Bills.
And under too. This game is under.
I love, and I said this last week about Detroit.
Yeah.
I love first half Green Bay. Full game's a little dicey. I love first half Green Bay. Whatever the spread is, I love that.
What do you think it would be like? Minus
5.5,
Yeah.
6, something like that.
or plus? I mean,
I'll take a quick glance.
but yeah,
7? Give me first half
Jesus.
7. Give me
Aaron Rodgers
probably
even
because they're
said,
coming off a bye. Maybe
Yeah.
is that?
I think Rodgers said yesterday, he was like, well, now he obviously it's not good, but he said something along the lines of like blessing in disguise. He's like, well, now we're going into Buffalo on Sunday night, and no one's going to give us a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true because nobody. That's one thing is like nobody's gonna say Green Bay's winning this game.
And now I'll say the rate aspect. Every moneyline parlay is coming down to the Bills on Sunday Night Football next weekend.
Probably.
So they at least have to like tickle
And
a little bit.
they did utilize Aaron Jones a little bit more.
Which he's their best player right now. Why are you not?
Yeah, feed him more.
Yeah.
They definitely utilized him a bit more in the
Them
offense.
sucking is definitely a really good combination of Rodgers and LaFleur.
LaFleur's not a good coach.
Because I've seen in some of these Packers games, definitely some times where Aaron Rodgers has had room to throw to these receivers that he just refuses to throw to. He doesn't trust them.
I think too, this whole Aaron Rodgers having like control thing is gonna hurt Matt LaFleur in the long run.
It's not working out right
when
now.
when he gets fired, or if Aaron leaves and he's still there, like it's gonna be bad for him when he goes and coaches again without Aaron Rodgers, because he's not gonna know what it's like to have, like, because he never got a true coaching experience. He's been the assistant coach the entire time. He's never been like the full head coach, and I think it's gonna be bad for him in the long run.
So around to Green Bay.
I think so.
Final Monday Night Football. Cincinnati. The Bengals traveling to Cleveland.
The Ohio Bowl.
Spread is 3.5.
We got the Pennsylvania Bowl and the Ohio Bowl.
3.5 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Cincinnati should cover the spread,
You're not doing it twice in a row, are you?
and Cincinnati will lose this game, and Cleveland will take this game home. Cleveland is winning
There's
this.
two teams you can count on Sal saying he's going to win.
Cleveland.
Denver and Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland is winning this game. Cleveland's been gross this year. Cleveland is winning this game. Cincinnati looked way too good last week, and Holmes will be on Cincinnati this week. I love Cleveland.
I'm going to have to disagree on this one. I don't see it.
I feel like you hate Cleveland. I feel like
I don't hate Cleveland.
I feel like you
they're a
do.
bad team.
Cleveland did something to you. Like Cleveland,
No.
Cleveland threw you in a closet. When
There's
you were young.
nothing
Wentz did
exciting
something to
about
me.
any three of the Cleveland professional sports teams.
Say that again.
Well, there's nothing exciting about anything.
I like the Cavs this year.
Because Cleveland's not.
Yeah, no, I
an
like the
exciting
Cavs, but like the
place.
Cavaliers as like a whole.
Yeah, they're not like.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Because
about
Cleveland's
them.
not an exciting place.
Yeah.
It's the grayest place I've ever seen.
I don't care. It's like even more boring now. The Guardians.
That was the worst team name ever.
Yeah.
Like that's my minor league baseball team. Like I drive 20 minutes to go see. It's
Yeah,
the
they're a
Guardians.
double A team.
Literally.
That's a double A team name.
And that just shows how bad the AL Central is.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but I mean, anyway, Cincinnati looked really, really good last week. They're gonna continue to look that way. They're gonna
Yeah, I'm
cover
with
this
Antonio.
game. They're a lot better than.
I like Antonio's
Cleveland.
theory of like they're just going to start rolling, and I think that this might be the switch.
Yeah, they
Or
could
this
be. They
week,
could end up
past
contending
week.
for a bye at some point later on in the season.
wow.
Oh wait, no, only one team gets a bye now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, you're a little
I don't
bit faded for that. But
No, I think they
they're
end up as
definitely
a
going
2
to
or
be
3
up there by
seed
the end of the
again.
year. They're going to be probably four seed.
I could see I could see them being a 2 or 3. Get to 12 wins. I think they'll
They
finish
could be
better
a 3.
regular season game last year.
They could be a 3.
Oh, they're not lower than a 3.
Well, it depends how Baltimore
Dude, the
does.
4 is the AFC South. The AFC South is garbage.
What are you confused about? You're confused about something.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what. So let's move on.
Anyways. Page 3. No records. We'll tell you about them next week because we're in process on Monday.
In process.
Pick a number between 1 and 10.
6.
Okay, not close. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
5.
Nope.
He said not close. He said not close.
And then he goes one number
next to me.
Technically, he was closer, though. I had 2 in my head, so you'd have to pick the order.
Wow.
He goes not close. You.
And then he goes 5.
I'll go first.
Okay.
The couch will go before the chair. So Nolan will go last.
This has been bad so far. Let's
Nolan will go last.
try
and Sal will
to
go
try
second.
to get this back on the tracks.
All right. I really like Jacksonville this weekend. They're gonna beat Denver by more than 3.5 points. They're
Okay.
gonna go into their home stadium and win an effing football game. I really like Vegas this week.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't get a fuck from Sal.
I mean, you know I'm taking them.
That's true. Yeah, Vegas is. I think Vegas is really a lot better than the Saints, and that shouldn't be close at all. Maybe like a 10-point win rather than being favored or being a 2-point underdog. It's pretty retarded. Last game, I feel like I knew it before and I forgot already. Who do I like? Oh yeah, no, I like Cincinnati. Cincinnati's gonna go in there and maybe not beat the shit out of Cleveland. Beat it by 7, 10, something like that.
Great picks, sir. Great picks.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't have many.
The easiest game of the NFL season so far is the Las Vegas Raiders -1.5. I'm not joking when I say that. That is a bloodbath. Number 2, Antonio's laughing over there.
It's a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath. It's a burial. It's a blowout. That's literally what it. That game is way too free. It's not even funny. Number 2. I love the Rams. I know, like, it might be icky or you might be like, the Rams are terrible. I think this is the perfect spot. Coming off a bye, Matt Stafford's going to look a lot better. Their offense is going to look a lot better. People think that San Francisco owned the Rams. McVay had 2 weeks to prepare for this team. I think that I'm not going to say that they crush them, but they win this game. And they're a home underdog. Just that adds to it. Nolan, you really threw me off with the Call of Duty thing. I really want to take Arizona.
We talked about it on the last pod.
I know we did. And
I was tempted, but I
see, the thing is with me, normally I'm really bad about picking a third one, and I had all 3 set, and now I'm
just roll with Arizona. I like them this week. It's a very good pick.
Green Bay.
And a phone drop on the last one.
That means they're definitely getting their shit kicked in just because I did that.
Oh boy. Salvatore.
Nolan.
Rams +2.
All right.
Like what you said, the Rams are winning. Quick fast. Houston +1.5.
That's like not a Nolan pick at all. Like that's the
Exactly.
exact opposite of what I expect you to do.
Exactly.
All right.
They're winning that game, and then another thing you probably wouldn't expect: Philadelphia -10.5.
Wow.
Whoa.
They're beating Pittsburgh like
1,000,000 to
35-10 or some shit. Like maybe Pittsburgh gets 1 touchdown. I don't like. I'm gonna say it, and I'm probably gonna be wrong again. But
28-10.
how do they score points? How do they score points?
I don't know.
And Kenny
Even the
Pickett looks
points
really
they score,
bad.
I don't even know how.
Is there even a toss up if Mitch Trubisky comes back or not, or is he still hurt or hurting?
No, I don't think Mitch.
Yeah,
is
but he's
coming
a sack
back.
of shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So what the fuck?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Vegas is so free.
Vegas is so free.
Like,
And no one will be there.
oh, and you're going
Wow,
it's
there.
in New Orleans.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
Place a
just
bet.
that I'm gonna be in
Yes.
Las Vegas.
Yeah, put a bet on Vegas in Vegas. Do
I
it.
don't think you can you?
Why couldn't you?
Oh,
Oh, I'm thinking college rules.
yeah.
Yeah, college they're faded. They're like no betting inside of the state on these teams because it might be fixed. It's like
In Vegas,
if I go to
in
work
Vegas,
in
I get it.
Massachusetts,
Yeah,
I bet on
literally.
UConn.
In Vegas, I get it because UNLV's like 2 blocks away from the Vegas Strip, so like there could be so much fuckery going on.
Oh, there is.
But yeah, here I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like what you're in drive to UConn and be like, hey Hurley, like I'll give you
Think
500.
about how many like UConn football stands they could just make money off of because they're like, this is the week
Yep.
UConn wins,
Yep.
and they
Literally,
fucking
God.
put $1,000 down on them -20 or +24, and they fucking lose by 40. Like think about that.
Literally.
They can make so much money off that.
A bold prediction.
Here we go. Did we say what faded play of the week was last week?
Mike Evans dropping a pass, but like so
That was really faded.
so
He should have caught that so many times.
Here's my thing with faded play of the week. I feel like your definition of faded play of the week is more like faded play call of the week. I feel like that's how like you.
No, it could be anything.
Faded play of the week was Mike Evans dropping a wide
Yeah.
open touchdown.
Yeah.
That's my faded play of the week. I think that's what it has to be.
It constitutes.
Like-
Faded can be anything across the board. It could be a bad play
Brandon
call.
Staley is the faded coach of the year.
Faded coach of the year. He should
Faded
be
coach
fired.
of the century, bro.
Faded. He's really faded, and he needs to be fired
Immediately.
immediately. After they played that last game that they just played, I was like, get him the fuck out. Get him out.
It's real sorry watching them when they're like expected to win because every time that team is like a big favorite or like there's a lot of expectations, they look terrible.
They look so bad, dude. They're the best at playing down to their competition. That's all it is. They're just really good at it.
I have a really good bold prediction.
Here we go.
Devontae Adams.
Fuck you.
Really?
I was gonna say
Scores 3 touchdowns on
Not
Sunday.
1, not 2,
3.
3.
I was gonna say you're gonna see an absolutely monster day from Derek Carr and
Yep.
Devontae Adams
Yep.
together. I was gonna say something along the lines of 4 touchdowns from Carr with 2 from Devontae. So
3.
three.
Three.
I win that too. So
Man.
like I'm talking like fucking 150 yards from Devontae, like
No,
380 plus
this
for Carr.
they're
They're gonna light up the Superdome.
This game in the first quarter is 14 or 21 nothing Vegas.
lighting up the Superdome.
And Devontae has 100 yards and a touchdown after the first quarter. And it's one of those where you're like, holy shit, what is the story of this game going to be? I am so confident in that game.
The stadium sees some wild scores. So
My bold prediction is going to be over 65 points in the Arizona-Minnesota game.
Do like
yeah.
a really high scoring game.
I'd love a high scoring game.
I feel like both those teams don't care on defense. You know how like you used to
No.
play Madden and you could like send.
Yeah, but I feel like I used to see these teams play each other as well, and they would just run
Well,
it
the
up,
way
run it up,
Minnesota
run it up.
plays
Yeah.
defense is so AIDS because it's like they just play this like zone package that they do on like every play. And I'm like, eventually you're going to get like burned on that because teams are going to start figuring it out. And like what I've seen in those games where they look really bad, they figure it out because like teams are just throwing all over them.
I mean, if Marquise Brown was still there, like this Arizona offense is like kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Absolutely.
I mean, even just with DeAndre
How long
Hopkins,
is he out?
they're
Is he
scary.
done?
6 to 8 weeks, I want to say. I don't know that for sure, but I thought it wasn't a season.
I think that's why they got Robbie Anderson because Marquise
they needed
Brown was
like
gonna be.
someone like that.
But I mean, DeAndre Hopkins,
It's ridiculous.
he is.
He just
that
comes
offense.
back and then catches 10 for 104 casually. Like
I mean, we said he was going to get every target, and I literally think
He literally
every other
did.
play he was going
He'll
to
get
throw
the
to.
quietest like 110 yards on you too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll be like catch a
Yeah.
pass here, and then 4 minutes later catch another pass.
I remember-
Those guys are scary because then when they pop off, they pop.
oh yeah,
off.
then he has like 8 for 220 and a touchdown, and you're like, oh.
Well, he'll have like 8 for like 160 or for like 2 or 3 touchdown because he's like a red zone threat too. Like that's his size is what matters too. Is that all of our bold predictions? Over 65 points.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Not so bold. Patriots fuck the Jets. Literally thrash them, take them out back.
I thought I had one for a different game. Hold on one second.
That's not that bold, but
Oh, the Lions win by 10 plus against the Dolphins.
no.
That-
Zach Wilson's
that's
having
pretty
a
bold.
4 interception day against
Yeah,
the Pats.
he wants to do that.
He hasn't done that in so long, dude. He's like foaming at the mouth for it.
All right. That's good.
Let's go.
It's
We good?
We're good.
Signing off.